I left my parents the day I graduated, because if I stayed, I'd never escape. I, 22F, grew up with parents who believed they owned me. My dad is a police officer, and he treated our house like a military camp. He controlled everything: what career I was allowed to pursue, what degree I had to take, what friends I could speak to, even what time I was supposed to breathe. My mom controlled me in a different way, through guilt. She had this way of twisting every situation to make herself the victim. If I wanted to go out even just once in a birthday, a small hangout, anything, she'd say things like, "Wow, you barely do anything here. And now you want to leave?" Which was insane because I cooked. I cleaned. I washed dishes. I took the trash out. I did the errands. I basically ran the household when they were both too tired or too busy. But no matter what I did, it was never enough. And if I ever stood up for myself, I'd get the look from my dad, the one that said, I was one step away from being yelled at or punished for talking back. When I got into business school, they bragged to everyone. They loved the praise. Their friends would tell them, "You raised such a hardworking daughter." And my parents soaked it up like they were the ones studying, sacrificing, pushing through everything. But after I graduated, they planned the next way to tighten the leash. They wanted me to go to law school, not because I wanted to, but because my dad wanted a lawyer in the family, something he could brag about, something that made him look good. They didn't ask me. They didn't care what I wanted. They just said, "You're taking law next," like it was an order. And that's when it hit me. If I stayed, I would never have a life of my own. My degree was theirs. My future would be theirs. My choices would be theirs. I'd be trapped forever. So I made a decision. On the day of my graduation, after the ceremony, after all the pictures and fake smiles, I walked away. Literally walked away. I didn't go home. I didn't tell them where I went. I packed a small bag beforehand and left the moment they were distracted talking to relatives and friends. When they realized I was gone, my phone exploded with calls. First angry, then demanding, then manipulative. My mom wrote paragraphs about how I abandoned the family. My dad sent messages like I was defying orders. I didn't respond. I blocked them. Everything. I moved into a tiny apartment with money. I secretly saved from my part-time jobs, the ones they didn't know about. And for the first time in my life, the silence felt like freedom. No one yelling. No one guilt-tripping me. No one dictating my future. Sometimes I feel guilty, but then I remember, if I didn't leave then, I never would have left at all. I didn't just graduate with a business degree. I graduated from their control.